This recipe is brought to you by RecipeLion.com. This is a spectacular cake. It's decadent and will absolutely steal the show when it's time for dessert. To bake the cake, you'll need 3/4 cup of shortening, 2½ cups of packed dark brown sugar, 3 large eggs, 1½ cups of canned pumpkin, 1/2 cup of thawed orange juice concentrate, 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1½ teaspoon of baking powder, 1½ teaspoons of cinnamon, 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1½ teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice, 1/3 cup of whole milk, and a scant 1/4 teaspoon of freshly grated nutmeg. Begin by preheating your oven to 350 degrees. In a large bowl, cream the shortening and dark brown sugar until they're light and fluffy. Add the eggs one at a time, beating well after each one. Stir in the pumpkin puree and the orange juice concentrate, then mix until everything's combined. Grate a scant 1/4 teaspoon of fresh nutmeg and add it to the flour. Next, add the cinnamon, the pumpkin pie spice, baking powder, and baking soda, and combine. Add a bit of the flour at a time to the pumpkin mixture, adding alternately with the milk. Beat well after each addition. Prepare 2 9-inch round cake pans with non-stick cooking spray. Pour the batter evenly in both pans and bake for 28 to 32 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. Cool for 10 minutes on a cooling rack before removing from the pans. Roast the chopped pecans in a small skillet, being careful not to burn them. For the filling, soften 8 ounces of cream cheese, 1 cup of powdered sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, an 8-ounce container of Cool Whip, 1/2 cup of canned pumpkin, 1/2 cup of caramel sauce, and 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. To make the filling, begin with a softened cream cheese. Beat it until it's nice and creamy with no lumps. Add the pumpkin pie spice and the powdered sugar, then beat until smooth. Now add the pumpkin puree and the Cool Whip and gently fold until it's completely incorporated. Gently cut each layer in half so that you have 4 layers. Place one on the cake plate and spread 1/3 of the filling. Repeat with the next 3 layers, ending with the top cake layer. Warm the caramel sauce, then drizzle it over the top, letting it run down the sides of the cake. Sprinkle the top with roasted pecans and serve with butter pecan ice cream. Thank you to RecipeLion.com for sponsoring this video. Please subscribe to the channel to get more great recipes.